Hi, Greg. Jacob Mounder. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Good to meet you, Jacob.
The reason why I'm here today is I represent an office supply store, and we are selling standing desks. And I think TriHealth could benefit from equipping their offices with them.
Well, that's interesting. Tell me more.
I have a few questions I'd like to ask. First off, what does TriHealth do, and what is their main goal?
So, TriHealth is 6 hospitals in the Cincinnati area, and so we're providing healthcare services to the Cincinnati community as part of that hospital system. We also have physician offices, have about 130 or so physician offices that also treat patients as well. And so, obviously, healthcare is the business that we're in.
What's your current job position?
So, I'm the Chief Information Security Officer at TriHealth.
And what are your responsibilities as Chief Information Security Officer?
So, as a Chief Information Security Officer, I'm responsible for protecting patient data. That's electronic data records, their PHI information, their personal health care information. And I'm also responsible for securing the data that TriHealth keeps on patients, as well as the data that we deal with on a day in and day out basis from a business perspective.
What would you say you enjoy most about your job?
So data security is an interesting field. As you know, within there's been a lot of data breaches, and so I think it's very important that we have the appropriate controls in place to protect not only individuals' data, but their healthcare data as well, because you can imagine what the serious nature of an event would be if that personal data was released to unauthorized parties.
Mm-hmm. What's the department you work in?
So I work in the IT department. I report directly to the Chief Information Officer at TriHealth, as well as the board at TriHealth.
And how many people would you say work within the IT department?
So within the IT department, we have about 300 people.
And what's your daily routine like?
So a typical routine for me is when I first get in the office, we typically have what we call a huddle call. And what that is, it's kind of a status call from the previous night. If any incidents or issues have come up in the IT department, we discuss those on that huddle call. And then after that huddle call, then I typically would have meetings scheduled with individual members of my team or with the management staff within the IT department. And then also there may be meetings with physicians or executives within TriHealth to discuss issues relating to data security protection.
How much time would you say throughout the workday you spend sitting down?
I probably spend about 60% of my time sitting.
And how do you feel at the end of your workday after sitting all day?
It's difficult at times to sit that long, obviously. I'd like to be up and moving around, but given the nature of my role responsibility, I can't, there's a lot of sitting that occurs throughout the day.
What would you say what's your current office setup like?
So within my office, I have a desk. Obviously, I have bookshelves. I have an area where I can store my coat. But it's there's not a whole lot of furniture within my office.
Is there anything you wish you could change about your office?
I think it'd be nice. I know that the concept that you mentioned, standing desk, would be a nice option for my office. I think it'd be a nice benefit to be able to choose whether or not I'd like to sit or stand throughout the day and be in different positions as I work throughout the day.
And do you know of any current employees that you work with that have back problems?
I do. Unfortunately, the average age of an employee at TriHealth is probably about 45 to 50 years old. So when you deal with that level of individual as far as age-wise within an organization, there's a lot of circumstances where they may be experiencing back pain or shoulder pain or leg pain, obviously when you get up to be in that age range.
Do you think that employees would enjoy having the option to stand or sit, and if that could alleviate some of the back pain?
I think that'd be a great option for employees if they would have the ability to choose whether or not they would like to stand or sit as they perform their job function.
Do you think an employee's mood affects the amount of productivity they have during a workday?
I do. I mean, I think it can have a major difference in how they react. Obviously, especially after lunch, it's difficult sometimes after eating a significant meal, to stay awake. And I think that the option of standing maybe helps circulate the bloodstream and get people up and moving around. So I think a lot of employees would benefit from having that choice of whether they would like to sit or stand.
Did you know that sitting for more than 1 hour during over the course of a day, like an hour straight, has been known to show like chemical changes in the stomach enzyme activity and it can affect the metabolism?
No, I didn't know that.
Do you know that studies have indicated there's an increase of coronary heart disease and kidney disease from excessive sitting?
No, I didn't know that either.
And would you say if your employees were more engaged at work, what effect do you think that would have on the department?
Well, anytime you can get employees more engaged in the normal workday, I think it's going to increase productivity. I think that it makes them feel better. I think it does change their mood, and I think they're more accommodating to other individuals to collaborate with them if they feel better. So I think that's definitely a positive aspect. Um, um, you know, Having a variation as well in their work environment.
If your employees could have a product that provides a health benefit at work, how do you think that would affect them?
We're always looking for opportunities to improve their health well-being. That's a goal within TriHealth, an objective that we try to achieve is to make sure that we take appropriate care. Being in the healthcare industry, it's very important the overall health that employees have. So it's definitely a positive benefit.
Would you say if I can show you the benefits of a standing desk in the workplace, would you be interested in exploring how it could work within your organization?
I would definitely like to hear more and take that under consideration. I've read some benefits of standing desks, never had the opportunity to use one. So if it's possible that maybe we could get some floor samples that you have and test that out, that I'd be willing to do that.
Thank you for your time, and I'd be happy to show you more give you more information about standing desks and show you some of them.
Well, I look forward to that. Any information you could provide would be beneficial, and it was good to meet you.
You too.